Aita for exposing my cheating fiancé on our wedding day? I never thought I would be that person, the one who orchestrates dramatic reveals at weddings. But here I am, writing this in a mix of disbelief and a sense of unsettling victory. I, 28F, was set to marry my fiancé, Jake, 30M, in a lavish ceremony that had taken months to plan. Everything was perfect, until I found out it wasn't. 2 weeks before the wedding, I overheard Jake on the phone late one night. I thought he was just working late on his last-minute speeches, but as I crept closer, I realized he was talking to a woman whose voice I didn't recognize. They were discussing our future, her future, with him. I felt nauseous as my heart raced. This couldn't be happening. Sneaking away, I couldn't shake the dread that curled inside me like a snake in the grass. The next day, I enlisted my best friend, Lily, to help me investigate. We followed Jake during a golf outing that he hadn't mentioned before. He ended up at a coffee shop, not with his buddies, but with a blonde woman who looked too familiar for my comfort. My heart sank as they laughed together and leaned into each other. I confronted Jake that night, asking him if he was cheating. He brushed it off as just friends and insisted I was being paranoid. I demanded to see his phone, but he said it was private. My heart wrenched. This wasn't just a feeling anymore. It was a dark storm cloud wreaking havoc. After several angry tears and intense arguments, I knew I had to get to the bottom of this. I sought help from Lily, who suggested that I collect evidence. Knowing this could get messy, we devised a plan. One evening, while Jake was at work, I rifled through his messages. I didn't need to search long. There it was, flirty banter laden with innuendos, along with a plan for a weekend together at a cabin without me. My teeth clenched in anger. I wanted to scream, but first I had to think carefully about how I would handle this. The wedding was just days away. I could end it then, but a part of me wanted him to feel the weight of his betrayal. Time went on, and the day of the wedding arrived. I still can't fathom how I pulled it off, but I did. Standing there in my wedding dress, beautiful, pristine, and utterly betrayed, I made the decision that changed everything. I had instructed Lily to record our vows, and when it came time for my vows, I opted for a different approach. I take you, Jake, and vow to love you through thick and thin. But in this moment, I can't honor that vow because I've uncovered your deceit. The shocked gasps from our guests filled the air as I pulled out my phone, and with trembling hands, played the recording of their conversation about their weekend plans. It's not paranoia to be faithful, Jake, I added, my voice steady despite the tremors in my core. You could feel the air thicken as realization hit. He had nowhere to hide. Jake blanched, finally grasping the depth of the betrayal he'd been caught in. The blonde woman, who had been hiding in plain sight among the guests, turned ashen. It was like time paused, people shuffled uncomfortably, and I could hear faint whispers. I can explain, Jake began, but I cut him off. There's nothing left to explain. You chose this. As guests filtered out in disbelief, I felt an odd sense of relief wash over me. My heart was heavy, but I knew this was the right decision. Demanding to be married to someone who would lie and betray me was not the path I wanted to tread. I walked out to a cacophony of murmurs, but I walked out on my terms. Jake tried to chase after me, but I didn't look back. In the months that followed, I focused on healing. I may have lost the dream wedding, but I rediscovered my own strength. Aita for ruining my wedding day? Maybe. But it was a day I needed to reclaim my power and show that betrayal cannot remain in the shadows. I was finally free to move on, and that felt like a win.